Look at my...
What is it? Feliz acá. I'm gonna go with my answer would be M. That's tough. Wow. Wait. I'm gonna go with my favorite villain. Oh. Good. Okay, so now you have to hurry. Okay, 6. 4. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Whew. You. And if you die, I want to die with you. Take her and then walk away. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of our life. Such a lonely day shouldn't exist. The day I know, and if you go, shit. I said shit. Okay. I have episode 52. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh. No. Such a lonely day. Don't blink. Oh shit. What is that? Raz, dva, trei, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Seconds. Oh, that's. Oh. Maybe I need some rehab, or maybe just need some sleep. My god, a sick obsession. I'm seeing it in my dream. I'm looking at your desperate alley. I'm with your desperate love. I'm on it all night long against the wall. Don't blink issue buying controversial. Because the months I hang one for day. I look rough, I feel rough. We just slept for 4 hours. We woke up about 10 minutes ago. Disastrous freaking day. I woke up at I finished making video this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. The Wi-Fi was out until like 3. I went to bed at like 2. So I know the Wi-Fi was out if I was sleeping. Upload. So yeah, I'm gonna do a normal video and that's gonna be it. But cool news. We got the moon. In it pretty. Oh, so yes guys. I hate something like that. Yeah, so guys. You can do better than that, bro. So, sup, which is much better. Like you just heard me say, holy crappy day. And then I always slept because I was bored. There's nothing to do. Not because there was nothing to do. I could have done a lot of things. I could have transferred videos. I could have used the Wi-Fi from the phone to watch a couple movies. But I was like, you know what? This is perfect. It's gonna be a day off. You've been tired lately, but it's very rare that you're tired on a day where you overslept. Yesterday I slept from 11 to like 5:30, which is 6 hours and a half. Then I slept from 11 to 4 this morning, and then this morning I was wanting to sleep from 8 to something, because again we didn't have the Wi-Fi. So yeah, rough morning, dude. Rough morning, but let's have a lot of content to do. So today plan is gonna be an intro. I don't have that much to say during the intro to say. Probably gonna do a movie review. Because I could talk about, oh my god, the lack of internet, how much it fucked me up, but I did that already. I could talk about, how dependent I am on technology, but I did that already. I talk about the giant size of my cock, but I did that already. Yeah, way too often, but hey, it's endearing and cute. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something. Plus, the reality is, battery-wise, this morning we were fucked up. Might have the same problem tonight. So, if I can do 2 videos instead of one, I'll be good. So what we're gonna do is intro plus movies, and intro plus movies gonna last an hour and a half minimum. We didn't watch any movies today. We didn't watch any anime. We did start one, which was really freaking good. I'm gonna find you the name. Such a lonely day. And if you go campfire, cooking, and another world with my absurd skill, which is really freaking good. It is so good. It is so good. I didn't finish it. Yes, I cannot talk about it, but it's so good. Why am I repeating myself? Because when the comments in the based king, you know what? First of all, let me get something to eat, something to drink. There you go. Perfect. Base King. So when the comments talk about an anime, I always read the comments before because it's an investment of time. Look at me talking like a freaking mogul. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of sometimes 5 hours. So it's still something that's pronounced, or it's still something that matters, or still something that you have to take in consideration. Where's the other one? Oh, playa. There you go. Perfect. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The day the night can stand, and if you go, I'm gonna do mukbang / movie. Which I've never done before. In 5 years, I was looking at comments, and I'm gonna check with you guys because I do think it's interesting enough for a video. I'm gonna die. We survived. Holy shit, we survived. There's also gonna be a tower talk. So tonight there is Oceana Bar Grill. There's a movie talk and there's tower talk. That's on the moon. And if I'm being completely honest, the sunset is pretty good. My father texted me today. He's like, "Hey, I love you, son." No, he didn't. He said, "I love you, daughter." More likely, but still didn't happen. Yes, I'm gonna make the same joke over and over and over and over and over again because my love is for the 4 people that found it funny. The 96 other percent that found it to be sad and not funny. But I'm excited to see Johnny Depp as Scrooge. Because if somebody can pull it off, is yours truly, Johnny Depp. Right? If you see the difference between Jack Sparrow and Scrooge, there's not that many. Am I truly saying that? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna edit this to make it seem like I had a couple of drink. I don't know the frick I'm talking about, but you know the reality. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my father texted me. He's like, "Hey, trip canceled. We're not leaving. And I'm like, dude, it sucks that you're canceling your trip. First of all, it sucks that you are. He was going to go to Scott. Scotland. I think it was Scotland, but I don't know because this Nouvelle-Écosse is Scotland. So Nouvelle-Écosse is what? Nouvelle is new. There's no such thing as New Scotland. Nouvelle-Écosse. Écosse. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, yeah. Which is Toronto, Ontario, which is Halifax. That's why he was looking at the weather for Halifax. That makes sense. Yeah, wasn't even leaving the country. There was a lot of rain there. Us in Montreal gonna have some rain next week. Well, it's so early, but it is on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're gonna get some rain, and it's not a big deal that he canceled because you're like, dude, you do what you want, but at the same time, we're taking step backs because you finally trust me with taking care of your plants. Finally trust me with picking up your package. You didn't trust me to go in the house, but that's okay. Baby steps. Why is that important? It's not important if I go in the house or not. I mean, okay, so the truth is, when I left, the relationship was bad, so he said, give me back your keys, I don't want you in here anymore. And okay. So the key symbolize a healthy relationship, which is important. The key symbolize a healed relationship, which is even more important. I don't care how good it is, I care that it's healed. Because if it's healed, we can move on. Can we move on to the right direction or in the wrong direction? Even the wrong direction, or moving forward to the wrong direction, is better than maintaining this resentment. Waking me up, cause I can't stop feeling like I'm exactly the same. With my one-track mind, I don't think I can change. I need to remember Resentment. Great song. Great song, but doesn't beat their old stuff. Just saying. Only the same. Or yeah, yeah. Supper. And then what you gonna say? Ink. Chicken breast again, dude? Didn't you eat that yesterday, the day before, and the day before? Well, the day before was before yesterday, and the day before is Wednesday, right? And who are you? Second of all, my mom. If you're my mom, hi mom, I love you, I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. Third of all, they're freaking delicious, dude. I could be if you had a choice between eating the same meal every single day. I don't know. Eating the same meal. Maybe you guys fun psychological exercise, right? But use the choice between eating the same meal every single day. Ha. Eating a different meal every 3 days. What would you choose? What? I think if your meal every 3 days, there's a lot of meal that exists. But tasting over 100 meal per year, if you live 25 years, it makes it, you got to taste 7,500 different meal, which is great. The one that you do have, however, is something that you like, something that is guaranteed to be quality. The one that you taste can be something that you don't like. Doesn't mean that it's not quality, it means that it's not in your palate, right? So yes, I'm going to take the same boring thing, but a guaranteed success over the possible success, but not so much, right? Now, I was talking about what? I was talking about the anime. I was talking about my father. I was talking about meal. Meal was great. My father. And it's the first time you trust me. Yes, we're not at the stage of key yet, which kind of sucks because there's still hurt feelings there. You mentioned this last week, like, oh, when you were living here, when you were in your room, what kind of... And this is cool because this was yesterday. No. And what, 2 days ago? That's good. This sounded like Juice WRLD. I think Juice WRLD was the only artist that I really missed. I did like a lot Mac Miller. Rest in peace, Malcolm. Love you, dude. I did like a lot Chester Bennington. But oh, Search is full, huh? Well, you didn't have Wi-Fi today, so that checks out. That checks out. With my one-track mind, I don't think I can change. Won't sound the same, the same, the same. Wildfire, burning me up, burning me up. It's gonna be day 294. Sunrise, which technically means that this is day 295. Is that it? Yeah, that's what it means. That's what it means. Burning me up. Oh, I got some things important to do with the tar talk. With the tar talk. I hate the fact that I put my phone on the charger, but I didn't check, didn't follow through. With the one track mind, I don't think I can change. Sound the same, the same, the same. Suit me up, suit me up. Okay, so we got move the trash. We got all items. Yeah. Talk about this. Wednesday. He was like, "Oh, you know, when you were here, the relationship wasn't great," and I'm like, and I usually get pissed off because my father, although a great human being, tendency to repeat himself. I do too. I have a tendency to hold grudge. I do too. Right? And every single time I get pissed at him because I'm like, dude, I was there for 12. That was 15 years ago. But okay, well, it was time we have this conversation, which is once a month at least. We end up in the same situation where I get mad at him and he's mad at me, whatever. I get mad at him because he's holding a 12-year-old grudge. And I mean, because he's not healed. It was very selfish also, because, like, on Thursday, I'm telling me to come. It was kind of imposed, like, hey, usually it's, when do you want to come, right? But this week, we're supposed to leave to Nova Scotia. Trip our boys. I'm fine. If you did, fantastic. But it was like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for 1 week. We have to see each other this week. But when my girlfriend is gonna be there, I'm gonna get ready to leave. Sure. I have to see you this week, but I only can see you tomorrow. Okay. Not a big ask. And then he texted me at 11:15. He texted me. He called me at 8:15. I'm supposed to be there at 8:30. So I'm not second. You call me when I'm getting ready. And like, why are you late? I don't know. I receive a call. I don't know. We'll figure. Right? I'm gonna stop saying this. Why? Because I wasn't in the best of mood. And I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm not pointing fingers, but it sucked because there's time where I'm not in the best of mood and I fight with him. And if I'm in a better mood, I wouldn't fight. Tell me, oh, you're late. I'm like, how am I late? He said, well, we're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I said, since when? Every time I came in, it was at 8:30. So I was on time. And I did. What are you talking about? But, you know, I made the extra effort. And, you know, maybe I was feeling, because of the whole thing, I was feeling defiant. But he tells me the story. And I'm like, I was stuck in my room to the wolf for a whole year. Why? Because I was supposed to live there. I got kicked out. I got taken back in a condition that I would find work. I didn't find work, but I had a job. So I took class in baking. And baking. I had a classmate. I'm gonna say co-worker with a classmate. I said, don't worry, I'm gonna be opening a bakery. And 6 months. And okay, no problem, I'm there. Didn't work because, well, think about this, sorry for so long. And basically what happened was, I'm gonna put this. She wanted me to do some renovation I did not know. First step. Second of all, she had to work in bakeries, which is artisanal bakeries. We call it that in French, but it's basically like traditional bakeries. So what you do the dough yourself. I was working for Costco, which is a great experience, but I was also doing pre-made products, so I forgot some of the recipe. I forgot some of the technique, of course. And I had forgotten and said that, well, I think I'm going to start. I can't teach you tough. You should have learned them before you came. Truth is, I should have. I spent 6 months working out because I was at my mom's house and I got fat. I lost 50 pounds in 6 months, which was insane. And should have learned it. But the situation was like that. I came back right away. Me and my stepmom, we argued because she was like, you cannot keep coming back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? And I'm telling you, like, okay, well, this is it, right? So I'm leaving in 6 months. I'm not working, but I'm working out. And she feels like it's not fair because I should work. So she started giving me shit because she's like, well, if you don't work, you're never going to leave this and you're always going to be there. So I'm like, okay, well, we're fighting every single day, right? And the truth is what? The truth is, I got kicked out once, I'm gonna get kicked out again, right? But I'm smart enough to understand that if I don't provoke, like for example, this is the mentality of a dude that was clearly insecure. This is the mentality of a dude that was clearly not well. These were the dark time in my life, right? I was constantly in survival mode. I was building a plan. I was home alone in my own home. I wasn't alone. I was making these conspiracy theories in my head, which weren't real. But I was like, dude, my stepmom is smart. We fight a lot with my stepmom. My father, we fight a lot. But when it's done, it's done, and it's not the situation of, hey, dude, we have to talk right now. It's like, no, 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 it's over. It's over. I'll tell you 13 years from now. I'll tell you about this fight, but still. So I was like, okay, well, she's not gonna fight with me if I don't do anything. But then, am I able to be in the house and not do anything? No. So I go in my room and I close the door, right? And I'm in my room the whole day. What quality of life is that? I had to wait until they were gone from home to go in the kitchen, make myself some food, and they would leave from 8 to 4. My father would leave from 6 to 3. So I basically had from 8 to 3. And I basically had, 8 hours to eat. So I was doing intermittent fasting without wanting to do intermittent fasting, right? So I was stuck in the room and I couldn't go out. When it was nice, I couldn't go out. When it was a outing, couldn't go out, right? So I started losing the weight, right? And then I get to the job. The job don't work because of what I told you, which is far away. I come back and she's like, okay, well, if you're back, there's gonna be a rule because you're gonna do. And this is when I start being in my room a lot. And what exactly happened with Shucks is that like I said, I was in my room and my father was like, dude, she almost left me. The ambience in the house wasn't great. And I'm like, you guys are fucking nuts. I understand it wasn't easy, but I was in my room. What was I hurting? I had a choice between being out of my room and fighting every single day, or being in my room and you just can't fight with me. Right? You're not gonna go in my room and say, hey, I think that you're doing this and this. No, I'm in my room, I'm not doing anything, I'm not even speaking. I'm not even talking. But those were the greatest freaking moments of my life in that house. Because I remember watching first season of this was insane, dude. I had a yoga ball and I had two sets of weight. And I was overweight, very overweight. And I was very, very overweight, right? And the place was just toxic. And I know I told this story before, but still, it made me feel good because, again, we had the same conversation with my dad, which means that I had the same conversation with you guys. It's a cycle, right? Something bother him, he bothers me, I bother you guys, and if it's come up with the same thing, I'll bother you guys. Okay. It's a cycle of failure, cycle of pain or torture, right? But I call it mental anguish because I think it's shell shock, because I do think those terms are cool. So what I was talking about is I was in my room, I wasn't hurting anybody, right? I wasn't even talking to anybody. So and then I told him that's before yesterday, and I never told him that. I'm like, dude, I said, and this is, I shouldn't have said that. I was a bit mad, but I told him, you're crying wolf when there's a dude in your house who is stuck in his room, which is very small, very fucking small, and he's not able to eat what he wants. He's not able to eat what he wants because I'm not gonna start cooking, because the goal was what? The goal was to eat simple thing. I used to do a lot of mix, so flour, eggs, and sugar. Yeah, that was on me for one day. Like, why? I didn't want to do dishes because I was like, it's again, I had this plate. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. This is so bad. I had this Tupperware, not a plate, Tupperware. I had a spoon. Every single meal that I was eating, that Tupperware was that food. I went to the apartment. I filled up that Tupperware with what? Peanut butter. I'm not even joking. Not even joking. I would have 3 cookies per day because it was I didn't have, okay, so I didn't have a bottom, so I could eat like a whole package. So they said, okay, well, we're gonna have to put a limit, and the limit is gonna be what? The limit is gonna be 3 cookies per day. I said, okay, no problem. So I would have the 3 cookies per day. I would squash. Oh, no storage. Okay. Too hot? Okay, you're too hot. That's okay. That's okay. You're too hot. I didn't upload anything. Sacre bleu. Okay, 114. 114.19. 114.19. Okay, 114. 114.19. 114.19 is what? Ugh, I don't know what that is. Shit. I already forgot. 114.50. Okay, good. I'm gonna be uploading from here, but it's gonna drain the battery so fast. 294 early morning. Okay. And we're back. We are back with 41 minutes of storage. Uploading a video that will take me how much time to upload? I don't know, but it'll take me almost as much. We didn't have the storage. We didn't have Wi-Fi today. That's what the day was so shitty. So I didn't upload, which means my phone is still full. I did upload yesterday, so I could delete the stuff that I uploaded yesterday, but it's not gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be enough. So just to finish, because I don't want to spend the next hour on this. It's something I mentioned before and something that is not important, but I didn't mention him. Dude, you were no victim. The victim was the guy stuck in his room, not the guy who had the whole house. The victim was the guy who was afraid of being kicked out at the last seconds because he got into a fight because he left his room. You didn't have to worry about fighting. You didn't have to worry about getting kicked out. Right? And then the most beautiful thing is they were wanting me to find I had the limit dates to find a job and an apartment, so I waited last second, and I did find it. I found the job and the apartment a week before my date was up, which is insane. And just to tell you, my father told me that he paid for the first 3 months. It wasn't him, it was my mom. No. Yeah. And I got a job, so I was super happy, I was super excited, right? And then I started having money, right, because I had a job. I worked there for like a week before. Okay, so I worked there for a week before getting the apartment. Reason as to why is you cannot. So when you have an apartment, you guys possibly know that, but some of you guys don't. When you have an apartment, you have to justify, am I getting a salary? So this is where I work. This is how much I make per week. That way, it is a proof of you can pay the rent. Well, I had a job, and I was supposed to make this much, but I never got paid because I didn't work enough. So I started working a bit before, and now I could have a paycheck, and I could show that the boss, or not the boss, the landlord, hey, here's my paycheck. But I celebrate. So one of my friends, Katina, has a party. She invites me, and she's like, "Hey, come over." And at the time, I I knew it wasn't safe to leave the house, so I took pills, which is not pills, it's vitamins. I took everything that was in the cupboard. I took one pill of everything. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I hid it. I hid it. It wasn't the best hiding place, but it wasn't the most obvious. And yeah, I left for one night, and they found it, which means that I left the house in a year one time, and they did check my room, right? So just to say, there's no trust, and this was 13 years ago, right? So you expect it to move on, expect it to change, you expect it to, you expect it to improve, but it didn't, because it's still a situation that I have to deal with on a very, very often basic. So like, okay, well, that's gotta suck. That's gotta suck, but it's okay. So yeah, you know why? Because I was gonna fix the relationship. I was gonna fix the trust, right? But I couldn't. So now I'm stuck back at the first place with no opportunity to move from the first place. I want to talk about, right? That's good. That's it. Then I was talking about the anime, right? Anime today was cooking, camping, cooking in another world with after skills. When an anime is presented like that, and most of the comments are like, dude, this gave me the envy to want to cook again. First of all, this is fantastic. Second of all, the anime was just fantastic, but I got to watch like an hour, and I lost the Wi-Fi. And the problem is, I use a YouTube video to watch it, but the YouTube video doesn't include episode 1 and 2. So yeah. Like shit. Now, if I had more time, I would check the channel to see if the first part is there, or second part is there, but I didn't. And that's pretty much it. That's my day. But it's just fantastic. So maybe I'll be watching that, and plus we did a lot of movies. We're gonna do a lot of movies review. So I need to take a break from movies, and I need to go to anime. Because what I just said yesterday, which is basically anime takes more time to watch, but takes at the same time to review. Henceforth, I watch half the anime that I watch the movies, and I spend the same amount of time. I spend 2-3 days before I make a movie review. Now, what we're gonna do is a movie slash mukbang. It's gonna be very special. I'm gonna have to be very careful with the battery. Reason as to why is we are uploading. So when we're uploading, it does drain the battery faster. It's not a big deal, but I have to be careful with that. So why? Well, for example, when the battery hit 5%, I can actually charge it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna wait until the sun is set, which is in 24 minutes, and I'm gonna go inside to charge it because it's gonna be slower charging. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be charging it pre-jack, premature ejaculator. It's gonna be charging before because we know we won't last. So because we're charging it for longer, we last longer. Because we last longer, there's a chance that this doesn't close. Because there's a chance that this doesn't close, I don't have to worry about. My apologies. Waiting until it charges again, and to open it. Right before we start with the movies, 2 things. Here's the schedule. Sorry, today. Schedule is super simple. Schedule is we're gonna go with these videos. I'm gonna be watching my TikTok live until 2 in the morning, maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't know. Then I'm gonna be streaming. Then I'm gonna be doing other videos in the morning, and because I woke up at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 6, 7. I'm gonna be able to stream tomorrow morning. So if I don't stream tonight, I can stream tomorrow. If I cannot stream tomorrow, then at least we had a busy day. Multi-window closed. That's not good. That is not good. I need the window open for YouTube. This is gonna be praying. I'm living on a prayer, right? Why is it too hot now and not before? Because now I put the tower and I put YouTube together, right? So yeah. So we're gonna go for 3 movies, right? The first movie is Fanboys. We're gonna go for I forgot what it was, because we do watch a lot of movies, but we're gonna go for the YouTube one because the YouTube one were free and the YouTube one weren't that good. See, that's you wonder why I go crazy? Music like that. I want your things in my room, I miss you all of the time. I saw myself on the internet. So we have what for movies? We have Easy A, which is great. We have Geek Freak and Opposite Attract. So Geek Freak is actually Fanboys and Opposite Attract is actually, I don't know, right? We're gonna go with Easy A, which is a movie that really is cool. I'm gonna go out of my way, actually tell something negative about the movie. That's the only thing. That is the only thing, right? Because the beauty of Easy A isn't the movie. The movie is good. It's okay. It's okay. The beauty of the movie is what's intended behind it, right? So, I do like Emma Stone, or Emily Stone. I do think she's freaking attractive. I think she's killer look, but I like her as a tomboy. I like her as a the awkward. I liked her and Gwen Stacy. I think she was cool, cute, cool with K-U-K-E-W-L-L's cool. And I do like her as Jules from Superbad. Obscure reference. Oh, today I was chatting with a person and they had ADHD and we're a similar age, and she had a couple of references that was kind of cool. It was really fun. Then she sent me a picture of her. I got nothing against the trans community, but I'm sorry, she didn't mention that she was trans. She didn't mention. So she sent me a full picture of with a full beard, and I was like, hey, would have been nice to know. Nothing against beard, just not in my not kissing. I don't kiss beard. I know. Freaking 2004 misogynistic fuck. Freaking cisgender. What is it? Cisgender white male heterosexual, boring as fuck, right? But hey, it is who I am. And sorry if you don't like it. Here's your door. It's a balcony, but oh, here's your door. Isn't my door, but it's a door. You wanted a door. You wanted a door, now you don't want a door. Figure it out. So Easy A. Sorry. M. Stone in this movie is very sexualized, which is a conscious effort because the movie is very sexualized. But I just don't want that. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Because that's not the Emma Stone that I know. Emma Stone that I know, that I don't know. She haven't answered my 1,000 email. No, it was 900. Let's not go crazy, okay? See? They agree. Thank you guys. 900 is not creepy, I know. That's what I told the police. Okay, good. So, with Emma Stone, it's sort of special because you're like, okay, well, this is kind of really good, but it's kind of odd because of the implication. I need to check. I need to do the YouTube because otherwise I'm not going to be able to. I won't have the storage. If I don't have the storage, I gotta film. If I cannot film, I cannot charge the batteries as much as I want to. And if I cannot charge the battery, we're fucked. Because I still gotta do this and I still gotta do a hard talk, but that's it for tonight. So I'm possibly talking about an hour and a half, which is pretty doable, but doesn't mean that I'm gonna be able to do it. Pretty doable, but not be able to do it. Okay. So I'll be right back. Sorry for the small video. Sorry for the multiple part, but a man has to do what a man has to do, and a man has to do. I don't know. I want you to take myself on the internet just to see what you'd find. I want your things in my room and miss you all of the time. You make it look so easy, making everything behind. You look so cool, getting high. No handlebars, you wanna die. I'm actually fairly certain. Just to see what you would find. You make it look so easy. Fuck. Okay. So now what I have to do is this. Okay. Shut up. Where's Crown? Crown. Part 5 and Crown Part 6, please. Crown Part 5. Whoa. 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 24.5. There you go. Perfect. Lost in time, trying to save the world. The Powerpuff Room. And we're back with part 3. Sorry about the multiple part, I just don't have the storage. We're working on the storage. I think I'm going to be able to do it. How well am I able to do it? That's another question. But I shall pull it off, right? I shall be able to pull it off. Respectfully, unapologetically, myselfily. So Easy A, we're talking about Easy A. Easy is fantastic. Easy is fantastic. It's the story of Emma Stone, who is not known, right? And Emma Stone, she is this person that sort of doesn't care about popularity, but she's literally being ignored, right? And then what is kind of crazy is, because her life is so boring, she invents herself a fucked, but she doesn't even invent. One of her friends like, oh my god, you sleazy, you slept with him. Because she's like, okay, well, we were dating. And it kind of worked for Emma Stone's character because Emma Stone is possibly typecast as this person that is funny. I also liked her in Zombieland, by the way. Forgot to mention that, huh? So yeah, so I think Emma Stone is super cool. My crushing on her, I had a crush on her for sure. Watching Tizam, which is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. But she was more, I don't know, she was cool. And she was cooler in the first one. I dare think not. Andrew Garfield cheated on her. So not cool, Andrew. Not cool. However, I do like the name Andrew. Because it's French and English. I would like I could call my son Andrew. But if you asked me what name I would call my son, I would have 17 sons with the same name. No, I would have a lot of sons because there's a lot of names that are super cool. And naming your kid is important because, like, if you don't like the name, if you have name regrets, like, dude, I should have thought about it, right? So Easy A, kind of cool. So the way the movie is done is super well written, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, it's not that good, but I found it super good. So her friend, she says, oh, you slept with him, and then Emma Stone, not as a joke, but because it was so boring, she goes like, yeah, I slept with him. And to the character of Amanda Bynes, and again, I'm gonna say something disgusting. I am absolutely sorry for what Amanda Bynes went through. Can't wait to watch that Nickelodeon documentary and the alleged possible abuse there were, right? By the way, I used to be a big fan of the Ned Declassified cast. Not anymore. They made fun of other people that were going through abuse because their cast was healthy. You're what? And Daniel Schneider, allegedly, fuck you. It's not Daniel, it's Danny. Daniel? I don't know. Daniela? I don't know. But fuck you. You know what I'm talking about, and you know who deserves a fuck you, right? Good. What else? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So with Easy A, and then Amanda Bynes, you see her, and she looks amazing, but amazing. Looks great, right? So she goes in, and it's super funny because so the character of what's the character? Oh yeah, the character. I don't remember the name of the character, but she basically inspired herself from a movie, which is the first one, which is Easy A. No, it's the Scarlet Letter. So the Scarlet Letter is a movie where, and this is really cool because they do a lot of mention of that movie on a piece of art, and the movie is vaguely inspired by that, so you can kind of guess the ending in the first 10 minutes of the movie. So then the movie, they says, well, this girl who ends up being they think she's a slut, but she's not a slut, she's really kind, and because she's really kind, people at the end like her, but because she was a slut, they branded her with a letter, which is Easy A, right? Which is this letter A, right? There's also a couple of characters that we adore. The history teacher, which is very nice. The counseling teacher, which is, and the movie is so well written because it's so dumb. For example, history teacher is super cool, super fucking cool. However, Lisa Kudrow character, which is the the counselor, I guess, the chancellor, Papa Deegan. Uh, Character is hateable, right? And she's a shitty character. She sleeps with students. That student, and I love that. I love that because she sleeps with student, but that student is 22 years old, so it's not that weird. It's not that weird. And then, so there's this guy, this gay dude that comes in and said, "Yo, I know that you didn't sleep, and you're just doing it to be liked." And then Amanda Byne, Emma Stone character tells him like, "You should try, dude. You should try. Worst case, you're gonna lie and you're gonna be popular." Right now, this guy was gay at a time where being gay wasn't super accepted, and he's like, try to be straight at least till college. At college, you can do whatever you want. People will be more understanding, but in this small town, there's no hope. So the guy comes up with the idea like, "Hey, what if I pretend like to sleep with you and say I'll pay, I'll do whatever you want?" And some character like, "Oh, fuck, dude, fuck, I don't want to do it, and I should slap you for saying that." But the character pities her, and he's like, "Please, please, 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 I'll pay you. I'll deliver what you need. You can save my reputation." The character of Emma Stone sacrificed her reputation for him. Like, okay, we'll pretend we slept together, right? And then this guy opens his mouth, and another, I would say loser, but it's not nice. Another society reject, which I was that guy. I would have totally paid her to pretend like I slept with her to be cool, which is not paying for sex. It's paying for pretend sex, which is the entire business model of OnlyFans. Makes you think, huh? Makes you think. Makes you think. Yeah? That makes you think, right? So the guy's like, "Okay, well, please wait for me." So she does this for him. There's a rumor go around. People are coming to her, and then she starts accepting money and gift card to say, "Hey, I slept with him," right? Then she seemed like the biggest sloozy or the biggest loosey goosey in town. Her best friend's like, "Dude, I don't care about what you're doing. You're loosey goosey. We're not friends." So she loses her best friend, and she has this popularity. She's being acknowledged. She's being, people that never talk to her are talking to her. And there's even a mention of it. There's this football player that comes to her and says, "Hey, how are you? Sup?" And she's like, "Hey, guys that I never talked to." So there's just this really comical aspect of she's aware that she never talked to him, and that's weird that he talked to her. But it beats not talking to him, or him not talking to her, or ignoring her existence. And then there's the whole syphilis, which is given to the guy that's 22 years old by the counselor. And the counselor, which is Lisa Kudrow, is crying, and she says, "Well," and the character, which is really cool, of Emma Stone, and this is why I say it's well written, because Lisa Kudrow character didn't do anything that is sort of praiseworthy. She's a shitty character. You don't feel bad for her. She isn't the nicest, and you just be like, "Yo, are we really liking that character?" The history teacher, or whatever it's called, I don't remember what it was. I think it was a history teacher or a English teacher, one of the two. And she's nice, and they're dating. So Emma Stone character realized that if the guy realized that she cheated on him, it would be crushed. She doesn't want to seem sad, so she pretend like she gave the chlamydia or the syphilis to the other student. That way, their marriage is not broken, right? So yeah, so the movie itself is just so great because it is its own character, and there's digging yourself deeper. So the lesson here is don't lie, because the lie will get deeper, 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 deeper. But it's also her losing a reputation which wasn't existent before to protect other people, to protect the weak, which is kind of cool. And at the end of the movie, you realize that she didn't do anything of that sort. You realize that she was in love with that guy, and that guy knew that it was not true. So she ends up in a relationship with him, and then everybody is happy ever after. The guy that would pretend to sleep with her are now popular. They now have friends. The teacher, rightfully so, broke up with the Lisa Kudrow character. Cause like you was sleuth. She wasn't a sleuth. You were a sleuth though. So the implication of it is, which is false pretense, and the way she's talking, and I love that because it's a very early era. It's a very early 2000 movie, but she'll talk to camera, and she'll say like, "This is blah 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 blah," which is basically like how fast a rumor spread. and it's really well thought of. It's really well written. The movie inspired the subject of 2 days ago, which is truth is relative. Because truth is relative, people didn't really wonder if they slept together or she slept around. They just expect her. The rumor kept going crazy. So she started rumor and then it ended in a different way. For example, she did it with 3 dudes the same night, which is not true, right? And then it's kind of that, and then it also shows you like a there's no point in lying because you're gonna dig yourself in a deeper hole. There's no going out. But what you do is you lie, you lie, you lie. It's like fake it till you make it. Fake it till you're out of it. I till you're out of it. So the movie itself was really good, and I gotta say, was it the best movie I've ever seen? No. Was it an okay movie? Absolutely. But why am I so happy? The moon is out. We can go in. The reason why I'm so happy about that movie is I knew they existed in the movie 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I was in high school. Never watched it, never gave it a chance. And now that I do, I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. That's not such a bad movie. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty freaking good, right? And there you go. Now the next movie is gonna be emotional. We're gonna go with Fanboy. So Fanboy is a group of friends. It's a movie that lacks in creativity. It's a group of friends. They're nerds. One of their friends is dying, right? One of their friends is dying, but they go on a trip to go to the Star Wars ranch because they want to see a movie before everybody else. It's not clear what the movie is. It's not clear if it's Attack on Titan, Attack of the Clone Wars. It's not clear if it's Revenge of the Sith. What happened? See? What happened? What have you? I close this one. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why or how I did. I had storage. It's sort of sick. But then I do, and I'm sick, kid. Sick Kid, we did a very fantastic song. So there you go. Perfect. Get ready. Make sure that we're plugged in. We are at 38%, which is very rare that we have that much storage, so we're gonna be using it. Crown doesn't have enough storage. The rest is good. But hey, we're dark. It's dark. We're gonna go inside. It's actually kind of warm outside, so we're gonna be using the AC on it, right? The AC is gonna take me a bit of time to set up. You're gonna have to give me a couple of seconds, guys. Should I pause it? Yes, I should. Will I pause it? No. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. If it's all a question of, well, for example, it's all kind of related in a weird way to Easy A. So an Easy A, I understand I have to make sacrifices for reputation. Now that reputation can be good. It can be good, but at least I'm acknowledged. What if that video was shitty, and it was shitty by the fact that I took my time with this, right? Or I took a bunch of extra step in the background. Would it be shittier? What if it was the shittiest? What is more likely to be known? A shitty video, a shittiest video, or an average video? The shittiest. So this is my scarlet letter, guys. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna have this. You shouldn't be hearing it too much, but you'll still hear it a little bit. Okay. So Fanboys. There's this friend, and the movie is actually really good because there's this friend who is very sick. He has cancer. They don't mention what cancer he has, but they know that he doesn't have that much time to do with. And the cool thing with the movie is at the end, this character is dead. They don't show him dying. They don't show him agony. They don't show him going through chemo, but there's a mention of him like rest in peace. So the movie itself, it's with Seth Rogen. It's with Jay Baruchel. It's with the guy from Ballad of Flee. It's with Kristen Bell, who is brunette. Oh. Fuck's sakes, dude. Third part. We're gonna do a third part. We're gonna do a fourth part because I don't have a choice. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh. Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I forgot about this.
And this is cheat meal, which is good. I think
No,
it's
that's not good.
reachable. I think
Me and not a bad romance.
telling stories at ADHD. Less than an hour. We've been filming for, my apologies, 45 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes ago, maybe 32. Podcast was something that was popular, or sort of popular. Like, for example,
No.
Cherry Park Boys, I was listening to a lot of that, which is not the goal, of course. So, she texted me, I'm here in a moment. She gave me food. Guys, I'm going to show you at 4 o'clock. The amount of, didn't upload next to, didn't upload a lot.
What the fuck? I don't know what I did. I didn't do. Ugh. God damn it. Ooh la la. 219. No, I didn't do it. 219, 35. 219, 35.
2016, 2017.
No. 219, 35. 219, 35. What is that? 45?
That needed a discipline. If I didn't, I was a trouble kid. My mom. This story, man. This story. My mom, when I was young, I told this story before, but just not my favorite story.
Aha.
My mom, when I was a kid, very social, right?
I did it.
And my mom would to the apartment. It was not popular.
48, 46. Is that it? 46, 20. 46, 19. Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay.
Doesn't sound that good, but hey, who else is singing that song in French? Raise hand. And we're back. I'm hand.
28, 23, 58, 23, 58. 23, 58. 23, 58. 23, 58, 23, 58, 23. 24. Aha. 18, 36. Ah. Oh.
Don't.
Ooh.
Again.
18, 36.
This
Yes.
is my fault.
Yes, dude. Nice. Good. I want your loving, I want your revenge. You and me are not a bad romance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not say bad romance. Whoa, 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 do say. And now we're gonna get some water. Cause I am thirsty. But I got some water. So I don't need. I want your resents. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, that sounds good. I need to check if it's still good. So it's not working, but it's okay. We checked if it was working or not. La 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 la. Oh, yes, it works. Okay, so now we have storage. We're missing two things. I'm missing my water. I think I got it here. Got it here. I want your loving, I want your revenge. You and me are not a bad romance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I say not a bad romance? Yeah. I want your. Shot life. I want your loving, I want your revenge. You and me. Good. Ooh. And then we're back. Sorry for the third video. Turns out that I had a little bit of storage in store, but not that much, right? Now we're good. We got some water. We got my meal. I got my TikTok live going on, so that's good. Everything is good to go. We're just missing one thing. Woo hoo hoo! Shopping light. Clumsy a little bit. Clumsy a little bit. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this. Oh la la. Ooh la la, look at that face. You look like my next mistakes. Love again, wanna play. Got 52 minutes, see? All I need to do was a little bit of imagination. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be playing in the background because I am gonna do another hour and a half. That's an hour and a half. I can multitask. And that's what I really want. Oh, I want, oh, I do, oh. Offline progress. Ooh, it's brand new. We didn't have that before. What are we playing? We're playing Idle Space Fleet, yes. We got offline. This is brand new. We didn't have that before, which is great. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my god, I got destroyed. What happened? What have you? Quimper distance. Because why not? This is very similar to the tower. But it's a great game. Today, this is still gonna be part of the intro, but fuck it. Yeah, don't use a knife to scratch a mosquito bite. Don't do like Papa Inc. I just hurt myself. Is it bleeding? No, but that was dumb. That was dumb to do. Okay, merchant's about to die, so we're gonna fix merchants. Everybody else is good? Everybody else is good. Wunderbar, wunderbar. Do it to me, baby. I'm saying this because the first is like Guten Abend, which is German for ink is awesome. No, it's not. I wish it was, but it wasn't. Because that would explain why I chose the name. Oh, I chose the name because of the Offspring song that is... Yeah, I'm bleeding. Oh, dude. Hurt myself. I hurt myself just to feel something. Okay, so we're doing Tough Boys, right? So this is why this is so hard to follow. I'm gonna drop the wine bottle, but we picked up. It's water. It is water. It is water.
Glass is possibly the best thing to drink from because you avoid piece of plastic particle, and that's very good, and that's very bad for you. Yeah. So the movie has Christian Bale, has Seth Rogen, has Jay Baruchel, right? Which is kind of a cool cast. This is the only movie I've ever seen Christian Bale not being a blonde. She is a brunette at that movie. So the group of friends, which is really cool because the principal thing is one of them is starting a corporate job. And this is mentioned in the movie. He's like, okay, well, my friends are all loser. I'm not gonna be a loser. This is my last hurrah. This is my last chance to really chill with them. And then we got another guy that's dying, right? So they go on this trip to go to the ranch, which is like a road trip. And it is kind of nice, but at the same time, the movie suffers from a lack of originality, which is what I mentioned before. The movie suffers from a lack of originality in two ways. The first way is, for example, this character that are reused. Seth Rogen is a pimp, but also a Star Trek guy. Um, there's three times a freaking quiz on Star Wars to realize they're a real Star Wars fan. So you're like, the first time was cool, the second time was okay, third time is too much, right? At the end, the guy with that sick does the movie. The movie is okay. It has its charm. Christian Bale is a cool character. We love her. What else? However, I would take Sarah Marshall over that character at any second, right? And Sarah Marshall is a shitty character. She did my boy wrong. She did my boy wrong, right? So yeah, so it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Opposite track with Amy Schumer. No, not even Amy Schumer. Which one is it? Which one was it? What was the name? Opposite Ed Elm and Paul Rudd. They came together. They came together. So, They Came Together is actually sort of a. I'm gonna be honest, it is a bad romantic comedy, but it's supposed to be a bad romantic comedy. So, it's a movie about two characters that are very similar, and everybody is saying like, okay, well, they're gonna be ending up together, they're gonna be in a relationship, they're gonna be in a relationship. They're just so similar, they belong together, and then it's the battle of will. It's the battle of, hey, I don't want to be with that guy, or I don't want to feel like I'm supposed to be with that guy, right? And they avoid each other. The guy is pretty open-minded, but the girl isn't, which is what's her name? I'm gonna have the cast right away. Released Amy Poehler. Yeah, yeah. So then they start being so they're starting to figure out that they have a lot in commons. They end up being in love. The movie itself is not bad. There's some couple of good jokes. It's well meant. It's well done. The acting is super good, but there's moment that is insufferable, and they make the rest of the movie kind of shitty. So the moments that are insufferable are what? The moments that are insufferable are there's this specific thing that I'm thinking about, and it's Paul Rudd and his brother, right? And it was like at least if I myself like, hey, I love you. No, hey, about that dude. And it's just supposed to make fun of rom com, and it's just supposed to make fun of like the cringiness of a rom com, but at the same time you do it so much that you defeat the purpose because you're doing it in a way where no rom com would do it. So you're not really making fun of rom com. You're doing a cartoonization. You're doing a satirical view on something. You do it very poorly because you're being insufferable. You're being one of the worst thing I've ever seen, which makes you worse than the thing that you're making fun of. Right? For example, if you take a movie, right, who pokes fun at. Oh, okay. Very good example. Very good example. Jim Carrey and Michael Scott did a movie together, which is Magician, and they're poking fun at magician and how far magicians are willing to go, and it's really funny. It's like this Chris Angel kind of guy and David Blaine. It's a really good movie, right? And they're making fun of the extreme length a magician is willing to go or have to go to be recognized to be the number one. And they basically go at war to magician because they want to be the number one magician, right?
So they go to war, and then they realize, okay, well, we're not so much so different, blah 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 blah. So they're making fun of it, but they don't go to far extent. For example, Jim Carrey was gonna take a nail and he's gonna have it, and his arm is gonna come up with it with his nose, and you're like, there's no way, and he literally injures himself doing it, right? So you know right away it's bullshit. But uh, they never go like too far. The movie They Came Together goes too far, and you're like, okay, well, I get what you're trying to do, but you're doing it in a way where it's it's too much, and because it's too much, you're like not able to enjoy it, and it's not enjoyable, right? So this is kind of sucky. And that's it. So now we have the Tubi movies, because we did watch a couple movies on Tubi's. I'm gonna have a bunch of them. Some of them were really good. Some of them are really not so good. Um, I think overall, you know what? In that list, there is some very surprising thing. So we're gonna go with the one I thought were funny as fuck. Okay, wait. Give me a sec. Oh my fucking god! I waited for too long. No. Okay, so it's not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. We're just missing one movie. Okay, it's good. It's good. I counted the movie yesterday. We were at 10. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out the movie Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. We're gonna go with Vegas. So what am I? Smoking Ace, not Vegas. Is that a movie? No, that's not it. There's no storage. Okay. I don't remember the movie. Rob McElhenney, that's the one. Uh, Reject all. I don't care about your cookies. A first class trip to Las Vegas. I don't remember the name of the movie. I'm gonna have to check it out, but I have also to check out Frenchie, because Frenchie we did upload, so it should be okay. But I do have to make sure that I can delete the right amount of stuff. That's gonna be something else that I have to fix. I think there's only one movie missing. There could be two. And if there's two, I'm fucked. Because I don't remember that much. That's the problem when you watch too many movies. I watch too many movies at once. Holy shit. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. The Okay, that is not good. Okay, that is not good. Okay, so we're gonna go with. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, guess what? 143, 17, 43, 17, good. 26, 53, good. This is not good. 10037, 10037, 10037, 10037. Yes, 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 no. Okay. Okay. I have an idea. You and me, the not a bad romance. Whoa, I want your loving. I want your regrets. You and me. It's gonna be 485. That's good. Because what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have to upload. Okay. So what do I have to upload? By the way, it's 138. That's bad that we have to do it. That is bad that we have to do it. 10037, that is done. 205, 52, that is done. Okay, the 205, that is done. 52, that's done. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot. Good. Okay. See the 4 o'clock. You did it. You did it. 2:28. So basically, you have to do 2:28. We did it. 49. We did it. 3:02:01. We did it. 2:16. We did it. 1:54. We did it. 2:25. Okay, last try. Uh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh. Uh huh. Uh. I can't. I can't focus. I can't. Okay. 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 Perfect. So we have. Okay, that's really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy shit! 70 gigs free. See, yes, we're having problem that is easily avoidable, but said problem aren't that bad. 71 gigs in the garbage because we're able to film, which is great. So yeah, so I was talking about how we're missing movies. Sorry about that, guys. It's just, you know, I created a lot of content and I had to do a lot of stuff. It's the problematic situation that is just an amalgam or a mix of me not being able to manage my time or manage my effort or manage things in a way where I'm not lacking storage, I'm not doing anything. I can blame the fact that we didn't have Wi-Fi today, but ultimately speaking, it's my fault. It's my fault. It is entirely my fault. See, I used to be able to play these two together. Now I'm not able to. I don't know why. Oh, they had an update. That's why. Oof. So we're gonna have to start this, and I'm gonna have to start it like well done. Long. I'm gonna upgrade my shit to the big gangster. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna try to do a split screen. Now the boats are well prepared, and it seems to be working. We'll see if it's working or not. Okay, good. So we are missing what? We are missing. Okay, so I don't know. I had 10 to do, so I'm gonna be able to count. If it is only one, so what happened was they took it out. So I'm using Tubi, which has a rotating library. The library rotates, and you can continue the movie, but because we didn't finish the movie, we weren't able to do it. So we got Super 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing 4 movies, and I don't remember the movies. Okay. Fuck. Trip to Vegas. I'm pretty sure something like that. Uh huh. No. Movies. Um. Vegas movie. Mm. No. That's not the movie. No. That's not it. There's more. Mississippi Grind. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 And I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. Why? I just remember that I took screenshots. I did not take a screenshot. And we'll do 6, that's okay. So, First movie on the list is The Super. Um, a movie with Val Kilmer, right? So there's this ancient police guy, right? He's an ex-cop, right? And he moves into a building, right? And that building is weird because they keep having death. The movie itself wasn't that great, I gotta say. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing movies review, and I'm gonna start with prefacing if I like the movie or not. That way, if I seem negative, you know why, and if I seem positive, you know why. So, the movie is the dude, that ex-cop, he goes in, he has his two daughters, and his two daughters are, kind of this world because he lost everything, right? So he goes to this building, and this building, there's mysterious murder. There's a lot of murders, right? And you're like, okay, well, this is kind of fucked up. This is kind of fucked up because I just moved in, right? And there's mention of killing before, right? Which is gonna be super important. There's a couple character. There's the Val Kilmer character, which is very intense. There's a character who kind of is sort of pervy, but not a pervert. Pervy in a sense of okay, so he has a younger daughter, like a teen. And like, hey, how are you? So kind of creepy, right? And the character that you introduce, good part of the movie is the whole building is creepy. So whenever you introduce a character in the building, he is creepy by proxy, right? Okay, well that makes sense. Well, the movie's not good. Because there's not a mention of killing. I mean, if it's the kills, you find bodies, right? But the bodies are always killed in the same way. There's no originality. It's not like a Chucky, because a Chucky where there's 8 kills, where there's 8 different kills. It's often the same thing, right? At the end, you realize the main character only had one daughter, and the other daughter is the spirit of his daughter. So you learn the story, right? And the story is she's in trouble. The daughter got in trouble. She had a fire which killed the mom, and she got killed. Now she's a vengeful spirit, right? And the father goes insane and becomes a serial killer, right? So the building, everybody that gets killed is because of the main character. Now, ultimately, the plot twist is good. The way they do it is good because there's no mention. And we say as viewers, we see her in the movie, but there's no other mention of her. Like, holy shit, dude. This is kind of intense, right? Why did the movie suck? Okay. Well, the plot twist is actually quite nice, right? My issue with the movie is what? My issue with the movie is that I saw a movie with Jensen, a Soldier Boy, Jensen something, and it's my buddy Valentine, right? Made the story of a town where it was a killer, it was a miner, right? An actual miner going to the mine and killing people, right? And the father of Jensen owns the mine. Jensen, the character of Jensen, I want to find the name of the guy. What is the actual name? Let me know what I'm talking about. My Bloody Valentine. The movie. Oh my god. You have to go with the movie. So it's whom? It's with Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles. The movie is actually the same thing. He goes, Jensen Ackles come back to the town. You realize that he's the only survivor of the minor killer, right? And then what is cool about that is he ends up realizing that, hey, I'm back in town and there's still killing, right? So people are suspecting 2 people, him and the cop. And you don't know who it is. And then at the end it's revealed that it's Jensen Ackles, which is our main character, becomes a bad guy. And why is it done? Well done? the reason as to why he is a killer is better. Um, because he got saved, he got obsessed with it, and he became him, right? That's actually super good. What I'm trying to say is, Bloody Valentine was a shitty movie by any means. It's a good movie in my book because it's a good movie in my book because I don't like horror movie. That's why Arthur Wax for me is a classic. House of Wax is my favorite. House of Wax is my favorite horror movie ever. Why? Um, because it's well made. It's not super scary, but there's still scary elements to it. It's something that you can enjoy no matter what level. Jeepers Creeper is the same thing. What else? Freddy Krueger is a bit too scary for me. Well, I don't know. It was a bit too scary when I last tried to watch it, which was about 10 years ago. So maybe right now we're good. But it's not normal for a shitty movie or something that's considered to be a shitty movie to do the same plot as you did and be a good movie. You understand? So if a shitty movie is considered to be a better movie than your movie is worse than a shitty movie, which makes it a shitty movie, right? Next on the list we have Mississippi Grind. Mississippi Grind is honestly one of the hardest movies that I've seen. So it's the story of Ryan Reynolds and another guy. I don't know the actor name, sorry, but they're both gambling addict, right? They gamble, they gamble, they gamble, they gamble, they gamble, they gamble. That movie was really painful to watch. It wasn't good until the end, and then it became really good. It became really good. So it's a story of two gamblers. They meet, right? And the guy. So there's two characters, like I said. Ryan Reynolds' life is a bit shitty, but the other guy' life is way shittier, right? And the other guy gets stabbed. He literally gets stabbed in the first like couple minutes of the movie. So um, and he thinks that Ryan Reynolds is Lucky Charm, right? So the guy is kind of insistent, and when I say kind of insistent, he is insistent to stay with Ryan's, right? The problem with the two of them is they're both sort of they both sort of gambling addicts, and they how can I put this in a way that makes sense? They are fuel for each other's addiction, which is not good, right? So you kind of feel like they shouldn't be friends, or you kind of feel like they're not healthy. It's a slow descent. It's the movie is so bad, but it's so good. So in a sense of it's so freaking negative, it's so freaking long, it's such a freaking hard watch, right? Because like they go to shitty hotel, they go everywhere and anywhere, which is like it's very not glamorous, right? And for example, like for example, right? There is a part where he puts everything on a number, and they lose it all. And instead of saying, okay, well, guess what? We lose it all. Let's go back home. They have to figure out a way to get more money to be able to do what? To gamble again. So it's a concept movie of the cycle of addiction, but at the end, it's very cool. Why? Because you realize. So the way it's set up in my book, the way it's set up is Ryan Reynolds is the young addict that can still be saved. The other character, I wish I knew the name. Fuck. Mississippi Grind. It is Ben Middleton. Yes. Ben Middleton is the older guy that lose it all. So you, sadly, you believe that for Ben, it's finished, but for Ryan, there's still hope. So you want Ryan to get out of here. You want Ryan to be okay, and it sucks because you're in a position you're in a position where it's not going to really happen, right? And at the end, you realize that the character of Ben Mendelsohn, he sees his wife, right? And you realize that his relationship with his daughter is not good. Everything is not doing well. It's really going bad. Everything that is supposed to be good or normal in his life, for example, being a good father, for example, being a good husband, right? He lost it all. You lost it all. And these are things that you're not supposed to lose because losing a relationship, you cannot gamble the relationship, right? But his gambling made him go to that length, right? So it kind of sucks. It kind of really sucks. And it's shitty because you feel bad. You do feel bad for the character but then you realize that it's his own fault. You realize that he put himself in those shoes, right? So you don't feel bad, and it's just not glamorous. And at the end, they win big, and they decide to do something which is not gamble related. So Ryan Reynolds buy a Cadillac, Ben Mendelsohn buy a gift for his daughter, which is really cool. Like, just to tell you how heavy the movie is, at the end of the movie, like I said, they win big, okay? They win big, and then they're talking. And then Ryan Reynolds, this is the movie that says a 2 hour movie. This is an hour 40 in. Ryan Reynolds, he's like, "What you gonna do with your part of the movie?" And the guy says, "I want to buy something nice for my daughter." And Ryan Reynolds like, "Shit, you have a daughter? I didn't even know." So you realize just how far in the addiction they are. It's not glamorous, and it's a very small descent, but the good points or that character development is amazing. You understand why they're dealing with that. For example, the guy Ben Mendelsohn gets stabbed at the beginning, like I mentioned. He gets stabbed, and he's like, "Dude, that happened the second the other guy left. Is the other guy fault for leaving that I get stabbed?" So he's clearly mental. He's clearly a mental case. And you do see that, but it's a really good character development because you're like, okay, well, this is a perfect way to put in perspective how far the other guy went, right? Next on the list, we have. I'm gonna go with a good movie. I'm gonna try to do a good movie and a bad movie. A good movie and a bad movie. We're gonna go with Kill, Charlie. What is it called? Kill, Charlie Countryman. Kill Charlie Countryman is by far the best movie. That night, I watched. Not even joking. I watched 5 movies, and that was the best movie by far. It is so good, and it is so good because it's so confusing. It's so good because you don't even know what's gonna happen. So it's basically the story of Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf, mother just dies, right? And he goes to a plane, and he goes because her last wish is go to Budapest, right? And he meets on the guy. He meets on the plane. He meets this guy. This guy's really nice. He's Romanian, right? And and he meets Shia LaBeouf, and then he dies in the plane. He dies, and then his last wish: please give my daughter my hat, right? So then Shia LaBeouf enters this journey to give the hat to the girl. He ends up falling in love with her, so he stays in Bucharest until he meets her because he's in love with her. He's like, "Hey, if there's a hope for me and you, we're gonna make it. If there's a hope for me and you, I'm gonna chase it, right?" So he ends up staying in Bucharest. The movie itself sounds so, how can I put this? Not necessarily not necessarily boring or disgusting, but just poorly made until you realize just how much of a genius it is. So much of a genius it is. You realize that he goes in, he stays with this girl. This girl's with a guy that it's intended that she doesn't love him, but it's intended that this guy is very dangerous, right? So he meets these 2 people, and these 2 people are his friends, and they are his roommate. They end up doing a lot of drugs, which the drug aspect of the movie is another part that I didn't like, but I adored at the end. Because you end up seeing this movie where Shia LaBeouf character goes insane. He takes Molly, he takes some really strong stuff, and he goes into a drunken stupor. He goes into this almost parallel world. Not a parallel world, but he's just not there, right? The guy gets hit, and then he strikes again. I got bitten by a mosquito. Again. Twice. Fuck. And with the character of Shia LaBeouf, which is fantastic, is that even in the drug, you think about the girl, and you think he sees the girl, right? And the character of Matt Mikkelsen, which is an amazing actor. Nigel is the boyfriend. It's not clear if he's part of the mafia. It's not clear what he has, but he is a dangerous guy, and you should stay away. And he is the it's sort of the boyfriend slash owner, because it's like, dude, this girl, you don't touch her, you don't even look at her, right? And he kind of keeps her not necessarily prisoner, but she stayed with him out of fear, not out of love, right? Until Shia finds the tape. And I'm going to tell you what's on the tape because that's a spoiler. But he finally has a bargaining chip for it, right? And it's fantastic because at the end, that plays a big part of it. So then Shia stop doing drugs. He starts fighting back, so runs away. He gets to her, and at the end, he gets captured. Shia gets captured. He gets shot. He gets shot in the water, but they arrest Matt Mikkelsen. there's no proof that Charlie survived and shit like that. Maybe he survived. I'm not gonna tell you. This is a spoiler. I don't want to tell you because the movie is so well made. But that movie was so good for a couple reasons. First of all, it's a guy that's clearly lost. It's a guy that has to deal with shit. Second of all, he goes to the wrong place. His mom didn't want him to go there. She said Bucharest, but she meant Budapest, right? And so that's kind of funny. Third of all, it's a love story with a girl that he shouldn't be with. So it's often the girl that's with a guy that she shouldn't be with. Now this is the other case, right? The character of Nigel is like a super good character because he keeps telling shit, but he keeps giving him a chance. He keeps like, dude, if you keep going like that, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. I'm gonna the Yeti doesn't kill him, right? Oops, spoilers. So with Matt Mickelson, it's always this character that's like, dude, don't fuck with me. You keep fucking with me. There's gonna be consequences, dude. How can you expect to be fucking with me that much and there's no consequences, right? So it's definitely the devil, and Shia LaBeouf portrayal is fantastic. The junkie part of it, the junkie part of it is so good because it doesn't serve a purpose until it does. The character of Rupert Griffith, which is Ron Weasley, ends up taking drugs, and they end up going to a strip club. And because he's so he's so high, he ends up coming, and because he's coming, they end up having his bill, and his bill ends up being he's being taken in a VIP room to get beat up until they cough up the money. In the VIP room, we see Nigel, the picture of Nigel, and the boss is like, dude, I'm looking for that guy. If you can get me that guy, forget about your bill, forget about your tab, right? So it's really cool because everything is linked together. And again, it's just fun, and you do believe in this love story because the second she tries, for example, she runs away. She's like, don't follow me, and she has like, dude, please give me a chance. Okay, well, if you find me again, I'll kiss you. And he meets her out of the blue, and they kiss. So she's like, okay, well, possibly this is destiny, and it's kind of that's the kind of the story itself. It's kind of like, what if this was meant to happen? What if we're meant to be together? What if we're meant to? What if everything else was a bullshit? And the fact that he goes to the wrong country is that, right? The fact that she's with this guy that's super dangerous, but he still tries and tries, is that. And in that case, that's fantastic. That is fantastic because he is really pushing the envelope of, hey, what if, right? That's why the movie is so good. Now let's move to another movie that is kind of eh. We're gonna go again. I'm trying to do a positive and a negative movie. And even if I had more positive than negative, it would be better. But it's not the case. We're gonna go with Randy. We go with On the Line. Okay, On the Line with Mel Gibson. So Online is a story of a radio host who is a prankster. He ends up doing a lot of jokes. He ends up being sort of an asshole. He ends up not being super like. So the whole movie is, how can I put this? The whole movie is, and this is so much bullshit, right? The whole movie ends up being a prank, but that's a big spoiler. He ends up, I should have said that. He gets called, and it's one of the listener, right? And the listener is pissed at him and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go to your house, and I'm gonna kill your family." And why is that part of the movie that makes so much sense? Because you see him for 50 minutes and he's an asshole. It's like, okay, well, I definitely see you being the asshole. I definitely see you being the dangerous guy, right? So it makes sense. The whole movie we're trying to escape. There is somebody stealing computer. We realize it's one of the good friends. So there's a ton of people that are being an asshole. I'm gonna repeat myself. One of his good friends is stealing the computers, which like, okay, well, I couldn't trust you, but then again, I'm an asshole, so I couldn't be trusting myself. The guy that coming in goes to kill the family, but he's an asshole, so does he deserve it or not? At the end, the movie is not so good because it end up being a prank, right? Which kind of is sucky because, like, dude, like, you just ruined your movie, right? And I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because it is kind of fucked up, but still. Then the prank is ended because, and it's so weird because the movie, I don't know if they're trying to break the fourth wall. I don't know what they're trying to do, but when they finish the prank, they circled the guy that was pranked, that was being pranked, and they gave him the microphone. Anything to say, the viewer want to hear you, and then the guy falls on the stair, hits his head, and dies. So then Elvis is he's being shunned. Elvis is the character of Mel Gibson.
Is
Fuck me, dude. That's what I wanted. No storage. What the heck, dude? What the heck? I don't have the storage needed. Fuck my life, dude. Fuck my life. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. I stop myself on the internet just to see what you'd find.
Arrobas Marilu. Arrobas John Wick DMZB. Arrobas ZB.
Ah, show. Okay, just wait a little bit for it to upload. Dude, fuck my life, bro. Okay, good. Ugh. Okay.